With the release of the version 3.3, we have two new relic sets coming to the game. One seems to actually be amazing for a bunch of characters, while the other is more of a tease of what to expect for future units. My name is Diffenex, and in this video I will talk about the new relic sets of this version, what they do, who can you use them on, and if they are worth the upgrade. Just before the video starts, don't forget to leave your like and a sub. Also, follow me on my other socials, the links will be on the description. Without any furthers, let's start by talking about these new sets. The first set I'm going to talk about will be the new set made for our healers. Warrior Goddess of Sun and Thunder. Like you could see from High Hyacinth Guide, this is her best insult by a mile. But let's check what it does and then proceed to see if other healers can use it. This set will provide you 6% speed on its 2-piece effect, already gaining a lot of value due to being super universal, and on its 4-piece effect, you will get one stack that will last for 2 turns every time your character or their Memo Sprite provide healing to any teammate. And while having this stack, everyone in the team gets 6% speed and 15% crit damage. So let's add it all up and see what we are working with. If you equip this 4-piece on a healer, as long as you provide a healing every 2 turns, everyone in the team will get 6% speed and 15% crit damage, and your healer will also get an extra 6% speed, totalizing 12% speed for them. After reading and understanding what it does, it's clear that it's made for sustainers that can at least provide healing every 2 turns. This set becomes pretty much the new best insult for every abundance character in the game, especially those ones that were stuck with a mix and match of 2 pieces until now. I'm looking at your Luoch and Gallagher, by the way. Using this set would mean that you would get the same 2-piece to piece speed effect you could already get from mixing 2 sets, but with the addition of also buffing your team's crit damage and speed. And if you were someone like me and farm the heck out of Sarsados for one healer, you need to think which comps you can use them more into. Because this new set is pretty much a weaker version of Sarsados, but with the compensation of applying to everyone in the team, not only the main DPS. But I already talked about every abundance character, but there is one preservation character that can also use this set and you may not realize it, and that's Fush1. As we know, Fush1 heals everyone in the team with her ultimate, so as long as you can get your ultimate quick enough, she will buff even more the team, and since you can lose a 50-50 to her, pair this with her E1 and you will start giving 45% crit damage for your team, which is something you shouldn't ignore. There is no doubt that this set is extremely viable and universal for any healer, and thanks to having such a universal 2-piece, it's also a great set for you to pick when you are trying to play with the combinations you have available for now. And the only cases where I don't advise switching for this set is if you already have godly rolls on your relics, because if you don't, join me and let's farm this for our healers. The second new relic set available on this version will be the Wavestrider Captain, a set focused more towards DPSs. This set will provide you 16% crit damage on its 2-piece effect, already making it a decent 2-piece effect set thanks to being a solid for any DPS. And on its 4-piece effect, when being targeted by allies abilities, you will gain 1 stack with up to 2 stacks. And when you have 2 stacks and use your ultimate, they will be consumed and increase your attack by 48% for 1 turn. So, if you equip this 4-piece set on a character, you will get a total of 16% crit damage and 48% attack for 1 turn after using your ultimate and being targeted by allies' abilities twice. Before talking about who can use it, I want to explain 2 things that most people might not know. The first one is, what is being targeted by an ability from an ally? Well, every time you see a reticle on an ally when using someone's skill, ultimate, etc., then it means they are targeting them, and you don't need the reticle to be big to count. As long as the character has a reticle, doesn't matter if it's big or small, it will count towards the stacks. And the other thing I would like to talk about is more of a tip to somehow extend the duration of this buff. Because if you use your ultimate after your action already started, you will pretty much get a free attack buff compared with using this buff outside of your turn. Okay, but after reading and understanding what this set does and how you can fully utilize it, it's obvious that it was meant to be used on characters that can ult frequently or that rely on their ultimate to deal most of their damage. The first character that comes into mind is an Axa, someone who can get his ultimate quite fast and that if used as a hyper carry will be targeted by ally skills a lot. This set actually becomes his best in slot set as long as you play it well and get a buff for every one of his attacks, which is expected since he loves attack buffs and didn't have a dedicated set before. But this is where the increases end, because for other characters like Yunli, Clara, Akron or even the 4-star gambler Qingque, this set is more of an alternative for their previous best in slot, since with them it's way more clunky to be fully buffed during all of these attacks. This is another set with an universal 2-piece, but unlike the other sets, this one is more of an alternative for those who haven't farmed or have bad relics from previous best in slot for the users. But of course, we can see obviously that this set was made thinking on the future. And just like with Sunday back in the time, this set has the same colors of Finon, So, most likely, this will end up being his best in slot and dedicated set. So if you want him, it might be worth starting farming this. But, in the end, is this domain worth to farm? In my opinion, this is not the best domain, but simply because Scholar and Sarcedos still exist. But it's still amazing and a good domain for you to invest if you want to either improve your Sustainers build or farm for newer characters like Hyacinth and on possibly Finan. Both of the sets offer you a good 2-piece effects that can be used in almost anyone. And regarding the 4-piece effects, one is way better than the other due to how universal it is, but they are both strong sets. And if you are one of those players that has been neglecting farming the previous best in slot for the DPSs that can use Wavestrider, this might not be a waste of resin, since you will be getting a good alternatives while also farming for any sustainer you get in your account. So, what do you think about these relic sets? Are they going to be worth farming and using on your account? Thank you so much for staying until the end. If you like my content, don't forget to leave your sub and to like this video. I hope this video could help you. A special thanks to my members who try and support me even more. My name is Dphoenix and you are free to follow me on my socials if you want. Stay safe and have an amazing day.